17 used car dealerships across America are closing their doors for good right now and dumping their entire inventory at 30, 40, even 50% below market value just to pay back their lenders before the lots go dark. Banks are seizing buildings. Owners are walking away from businesses they built over decades. And the trucks and SUVs sitting on these lots are being priced so low that new car dealers down the street are pretending it is not happening. One lot on this list has a truck that's stickered at $83,000, brand new, sitting behind a chain-link fence right now with a price tag of $18,000. I'm about to walk you through all 17, show you exactly why each one failed, and explain how you might be able to grab a vehicle at prices that should not exist. Subscribe now, because if you are shopping for a car or a truck this year, this video could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Number 17. A used Ford truck lot outside Allentown, Pennsylvania, is liquidating every single vehicle on the lot because the owner bought his entire inventory at the worst possible time. He loaded up on F-150s and Super Duties in early 2023 when used truck prices were still running hot from the pandemic spike. He paid top dollar at auction because every dealer in the country was fighting over the same trucks. Then the market corrected. New F-150 inventory normalized. Ford launched its From America for America employee pricing program, and suddenly a buyer could get a brand new truck for close to what a 2-year-old one cost on his lot. His sticker prices went from competitive to embarrassing overnight. He is sitting on 19 trucks right now, most of them 2022 and 2023 F-150s with under 40,000 miles. Every single one is priced 35 to 45% below what he paid. A Lariat that he bought at auction for $41,000 is listed at $23,000. A Platinum he paid $48,000 for is sitting at $27,000, and he is still losing money at those numbers because his floor plan lender is charging him interest every day those trucks sit there gathering pollen. Honestly, this guy did not do anything wrong. He read the market, made a bet, and the manufacturers undercut him by flooding the new car market with incentives that made his used inventory worthless. That is like stocking your store with winter coats in October and then watching the Weather Channel announce the warmest winter on record. Number 16. A used Kia lot in Tulsa, Oklahoma that moved 20 to 25 Sportages, Sorrentos, and Fortes a month for the past 6 years just shut down because the Kia theft epidemic destroyed his resale values overnight. Starting in 2022, a viral social media trend showed people how to steal certain Kia and Hyundai models with a USB cable. Thefts exploded. Insurance companies responded by jacking up premiums on those vehicles or refusing to cover them entirely. Some insurers in major cities flat out stopped writing policies on affected Kia models, and that killed the used market. A buyer would agree on a price, call their insurance company, and get told the premium was double what they expected, or that coverage was not available at all. The deal would collapse before the paperwork hit the desk. His Sportages sat for months. Sorrentos that should have turned in 30 days were sitting at 90. He tried dropping prices. He tried advertising the software update that Kia released to fix the vulnerability. Did not matter. The brand had become a punchline. He is liquidating everything at 35 to 40% below book value. A 2023 Sportage with 21,000 miles going for $14,000. A 2024 Sorrento listed at $19,000. These are genuinely good vehicles with a 10-year powertrain warranty that nobody wants because of a problem that has largely been fixed. But once the internet decides your car is a meme, the used lot is the one that pays for it. And he is not alone. One of the biggest buy here, pay here chains in America just shut down over 40 locations in a single week. But we will get to that one later, because what happened there makes this look like a parking ticket. Number 15. A used Nissan lot in Jacksonville, Florida that survived for 14 years specializing in Pathfinders, Rogues, and Frontiers just ran its last customer transaction. The owner knew the product inside out, kept his inventory tight, and had a solid base of repeat buyers in a blue-collar part of town. Then Nissan as a company started falling apart, and his customers noticed before the analysts did. Nissan posted a projected $4.2 billion net loss for fiscal 2026. They announced 20,000 layoffs worldwide and 7 factory closures. 38% of Nissan's own franchise dealers in America reported operating at a loss in 2024, with profit margins cratering to barely 1%. A company executive told media they had 12 to 14 months to survive. When the franchise stores start bleeding, the ripple hits the used guys next. His trade-in pipeline dried up because Nissan owners stopped coming in. Nobody wanted to buy a used Rogue when the brand behind it might not exist in 2 years. Customers who used to walk in with a trade would just sell their Nissans privately and go buy a Toyota or Honda instead. He had 26 vehicles on the lot the day he decided to close. Rogues marked down 40% from book value. A 2023 Frontier with 19,000 miles listed at $11,800. That is a truck that sold for $36,000 new, going for less than a third of sticker because the badge on the grille became a liability. Look, I am not saying Nissan is going out of business, but when a used car dealer who has been selling your product for 14 years decides the brand is too risky to keep stocking, that should scare somebody in Yokohama. When a brand's survival is a coin flip, even a perfectly good truck becomes a hard sell. Number 14. An independent used car lot in Sacramento, California that sold a mix of everything, Toyotas, Hondas, Kias, a few domestic trucks, is shutting down because the 25% tariff on imported vehicles and parts made it impossible to restock at prices his customers could afford. When tariffs hit in 2025, wholesale prices at auction climbed. Not on every vehicle, but on the ones his customers actually wanted, the 3 to 5-year-old compact SUVs and mid-size sedans, prices jumped enough to wreck his margins. He would buy a 2022 CR-V at auction for $19,000, add reconditioning and transport, and need to list it at $26,000 to break even. His customers, working families in a mid-income Sacramento neighborhood, could not stretch that far. They would come in, see the price, and leave. He watched foot traffic drop 40% between April and September of 2025. The tariffs technically only apply to new imports and parts, but the ripple effect through wholesale pricing hit him anyway. Remaining inventory is priced 30 to 40% below what comparable lots in the area are asking. But if nobody can afford a $26,000 used Honda in your zip code, dropping it to $18,000 still does not save the business when you paid $19,000 for it. But this is nothing compared to number 1 on this list. We will get there soon, but first I need to tell you about a dealer who bet everything on the one segment that was supposed to be the future. Number 13. A used Honda and Acura lot in Raleigh, North Carolina that operated on razor-thin margins for the past 3 years finally gave up. And here is the irony. Honda vehicles hold their value better than almost anything else on the road. That is what killed him. When a 3-year-old Civic only depreciates 15%, the spread between what you pay at auction and what you can sell it for is almost nothing. His average gross profit per vehicle was $800. After reconditioning, advertising, and lot rent, he was losing money on more than half of his sales and depending on finance kickbacks to stay alive. He sold decent volume, 15 to 18 cars a month, but when your margin is a few $100 on a good day and negative on a bad one, volume just means you are losing money faster. The lot is clearing out. CR-Vs and Accords priced about 30% under comparable private party listings. A 2023 Accord Sport with 22,000 miles is going for $16,500. That is a legitimate deal on one of the most reliable sedans in America. But the owner could not make that math work as a business, and neither could anyone else. Honda's residual strength is great for the buyer. It is a death sentence for the independent used lot trying to make a living off it. Number 12. A family-run used lot in suburban Atlanta that had been open for 22 years just sold its last car and turned the lights off because insurance costs made the used luxury segment unaffordable for his buyers. This dealer stocked mostly 3 to 5-year-old SUVs, Range Rovers, Mercedes GLSs, BMW X5s, Cadillac Escalades, vehicles his customers wanted but could not buy new. The problem was not the cars. The problem was what happened after the sale. Insurance premiums on luxury SUVs have jumped 30 to 40% in the past 2 years. Repair costs on these vehicles are through the roof because of all the sensors, cameras, and aluminum body panels. A fender bender that would cost $1,500 on a Camry costs $7,000 on a GLE. Insurance companies know that. A customer would agree to buy a 2022 GLS at $38,000, go home to get a quote, and come back saying his insurance company wanted $1,100 a month just for coverage. The deal would fall apart on the spot. It happened over and over. He told a local paper he lost more sales to insurance quotes than to price objections. His sales manager quit after 3 months of watching deals die in the finance office. The 2 guys left on the lot are working through their last week. Remaining inventory is going 35 to 40% below book value. Call me old-fashioned, but when a guy loses a business he built over 2 decades, not because of anything he did wrong, but because insurance companies decided luxury SUVs were too expensive to insure, something is broken that goes way beyond one lot in Atlanta. And if you thought that was crazy, wait until you hear about number 1 on this list. There is a truck sitting on a lot right now that makes these discounts look like rounding errors. We will get there. Number 11. A used EV specialist lot in Portland, Oregon that opened in 2023, betting hard on the electric future, just learned what happens when the future depreciates faster than a new laptop. Some electric vehicles are losing 35 to 45% of their value in the first 24 months. A Chevy Blazer EV that sold for $44,000 new is sitting on his lot as a 2025 model with 7,000 miles for just over $20,000. A 2-year-old Silverado EV RST that originally crested $85,000 is listed in the low 50s. Even Teslas, once the gold standard for EV resale, have been sliding. The end of federal EV tax credits in late 2025 sucked the urgency out of the market overnight. And the flood of off-lease EVs returning to market in 2026 is pushing supply up while demand stays flat. This dealer bought his inventory when EVs were hot. Now they are not. He is marking everything down 40 to 50% from original sticker just to move metal. And here is the thing that most people miss about used EV lots. The battery warranty is still valid. The technology still works. A 3-year-old EV with 90% battery health is functionally the same vehicle it was on day 1. The discount is not about the product, it is about the panic. And panic creates opportunity if you know where to look. Number 10. A used Mercedes lot in Scottsdale, Arizona that catered to snowbirds and retirees buying pre-owned E-classes and GLC SUVs just closed after the owner went underwater on his entire inventory in less than a year. Mercedes depreciation on certain models has been brutal. An E-Class sedan loses roughly 45% of its value by year 3. A GLE loses close to 40%. And the EQS, Mercedes' flagship electric sedan that originally listed above $100,000, has been spotted on used lots for $35,000. That kind of collapse destroys a used dealer's balance sheet overnight. He bought 2023 and 2024 models at what looked like reasonable wholesale prices. Then the floor dropped. He is liquidating everything. GLC 300s going for 32% below book, E450s marked down 40%. An AMG that he paid $52,000 for is sitting at $31,000. For a buyer who does not care about depreciation and just wants a Mercedes in the driveway, Scottsdale right now is a candy store. For the dealer, it is a funeral. Number 9. A used Jeep specialist in Pueblo, Colorado that built its reputation selling trail-ready Wranglers and Gladiators to the off-road crowd just closed because Stellantis recall problems made his inventory radioactive. Stellantis issued 14 recalls in the fourth quarter of 2025 alone, covering more than 8.6 million vehicles. The Wrangler 4xe and Grand Cherokee 4xe had 3 separate fire risk recalls, including one covering 320,000 plug-in hybrids where owners were told to park outside and stop charging. Meanwhile, Stellantis' U.S. market share dropped from 12.5% in 2020 to roughly 8% by 2025. Their dealer council sent an open letter to then CEO Carlos Tavares accusing corporate leadership of rapid degradation of the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram brands. Tavares resigned under pressure in December 2024, and all of that corporate chaos bled straight into the used market. His customers were not casual shoppers. These were guys who research, they check forums, they read NHTSA complaint databases before they walk onto a lot. And when a Wrangler's reliability score is sitting next to its fire recall notice, even a 35% discount cannot overcome the trust problem. He had 12 Wranglers and 8 Gladiators left when he shut down. Every one of them is a capable, fun truck that would last years if maintained properly. But the word Stellantis has become a warning label, and no used dealer can advertise his way out of that. When a brand's own dealer network publicly accuses the manufacturer of destroying the product, the used car guy downstream does not stand a chance. Number 8. A small independent used lot in Flint, Michigan that a husband and wife ran for 17 years is closing because a mega dealer group moved in down the road and priced them out of existence. The couple bought smart at auction, reconditioned everything in their own shop, and treated every customer like a neighbor, because most of them were. The wife handled the books and the phones, the husband did the buying and the inspections. They had one part-time mechanic and a lot kid who washed cars after school. It was not glamorous, but it was honest, and it was theirs. Then a national chain opened a certified pre-owned superstore 3 miles away with a marketing budget bigger than this couple's annual revenue. The chain could buy in bulk at lower auction prices, offer manufacturer-backed warranties, and spend $50,000 a month on digital ads. The independent lot had a whiteboard sign by the highway and word of mouth. Within 18 months, their monthly sales went from 14 vehicles to 5. NADA data shows the top 150 dealer groups now sell 27% of all new vehicles nationally, and their used operations are growing even faster. When a corporate lot can loss lead on used cars because it makes the money back in finance and service, the little guy with 12 cars on a gravel lot does not stand a chance. They are selling everything left at 30 to 40% off. But more than the inventory, what that town lost was the kind of dealership where the owner remembered your kid's name and would not let you drive off in something that was going to leave you stranded. You do not get that from a corporation with a call center. You just get a longer receipt. Number 7. A used Ram truck lot outside San Antonio, Texas, that carried nothing but pre-owned 1500s and 2500s is going dark because floor plan interest rates bled him out. Floor plan financing is how dealers pay for inventory. The bank buys the truck, the dealer pays interest until he sells it. When rates were low, the math worked. You could sit on a truck for 60 days and barely feel it. At current rates, every truck on his lot costs him between $300 and $400 a month just in carrying costs. He had 31 trucks. That is over $10,000 a month just in interest before he pays rent, payroll, insurance, or advertising. And Ram trucks have been sitting longer than almost anything else on the used market. The average days on lot for a used Ram in Texas is pushing 90, a full month past the industry average. He is marking everything down 35 to 45%. A 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn with 28,000 miles is listed at $21,000. That is a $40,000 truck 2 years ago. Honestly, I think that is one of the better deals on this entire list, but the dealer cannot wait for someone to find it. His lender wants the money back, and the lender does not care about finding a good buyer. Number 6. A used Toyota lot in suburban Dallas that a retired mechanic ran for 9 years just closed after he passed away unexpectedly, and his family discovered the books were a mess. His wife and adult son tried to keep it going. They had the inventory, a clean lot, and loyal customers. What they did not have was a relationship with the auction houses, an understanding of floor plan terms, or the ability to spot a bad title at a glance. Within 4 months, they were buying wrong, pricing wrong, and watching profit disappear into mistakes that the old man would have caught in his sleep. A used Tacoma that booked at $31,000, they bought at $29,000 and listed at $32,000, not realizing the frame had undisclosed rust that would cost $3,000 to address once a buyer's mechanic spotted it. They ended up selling it at $24,000. Multiply that by a dozen similar mistakes and you run out of money fast. They are liquidating Tacomas, Highlanders, and 4Runners at 30 to 35% below comparable listings. Toyota resale values are among the highest in the industry, so even at these discounts, the trucks are not cheap. But they are the closest you will get to a bargain on a Toyota without buying one with 200,000 miles. Number 5. An independent used lot in Nashville, Tennessee that stocked a little bit of everything is closing because wholesale auction prices jumped faster than his retail customers could keep up. Between tariff-driven cost increases on new vehicles pushing more buyers into the used market and tightening used inventory from fewer lease returns and longer ownership cycles, the wholesale market got squeezed hard. Cox Automotive's Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index climbed 6.2% year-over-year in March of 2026. That means he was paying 6% more at auction, while his retail buyers, squeezed by their own grocery bills and mortgage rates, were offering less. His margin went from about $2,000 per vehicle to roughly $400, then negative. He tried shifting to cheaper inventory, sub-$15,000 cars and trucks, but dealers ended March with just 27 days of used inventory priced under $15,000, 11 days below the industry average. The cheap stuff is gone before it hits the lot. He is clearing the last of his stock at roughly 40% off, but none of this compares to what is sitting at number 1. The discount on that one makes 40% look like a coupon on a pizza. Stick around for that one. Number 4. A buy here, pay here chain operating across the South and Midwest just shut down over 40 locations in a single week and left more than 1,000 employees on unpaid leave with no severance and no clear answer about when their last paycheck would arrive. This chain had been operating for decades, expanding from a handful of lots into over 150 locations across 12 states. They reported a $76.7 million loss in a single quarter. They went from 154 locations to 94 in about 5 months. The CEO told investors it was a near-term liquidity challenge. That is a nice way of saying the money ran out. Their stock, which traded above $60 a share 18 months ago, was sitting below $13 the day of the announcement. Their business model was simple: sell used cars to people with limited credit, finance the loans in-house, collect weekly or bi-weekly payments. When the economy was steady, it worked. When customers started losing hours, missing payments, and defaulting in waves, the entire structure buckled. The chain tried to secure a new $300 million lending facility to stay afloat. It fell through, and the dominoes started falling. What makes this one personal is who the customers are. These are not people with backup plans. They are single mothers who need a car to get to work. They are guys with a repossession on their record trying to rebuild. They went to this chain because nobody else would finance them, and now some of them are losing the cars they are still current on because the dealer's financial collapse pulled the rug out from under the loan structure. Imagine paying your car note on time every single month and still watching a tow truck take your vehicle out of the driveway because the dealership went bankrupt behind your back. That happened. It is happening right now. And the employees? Some of them drove to work, found the doors locked, and had no idea what to do next. No meeting, no phone call, just a locked door and a sign. Number 3. A used luxury lot in Boca Raton, Florida that stocked high-end BMWs, Mercedes, and the occasional Porsche is shutting down because depreciation on premium vehicles has created a canyon between what the dealer paid and what anyone will pay now. The owner had a clean operation, air-conditioned showroom, detailing bay, even a small espresso bar in the waiting area. He catered to South Florida's retired professionals who wanted a nice car without the new car price tag. But the depreciation math turned against him. A 2023 BMW X5 that stickered at $67,000 is now worth about $35,000 on the used market. He bought it for $41,000 at auction. That is a $6,000 loss before he spent a dime on reconditioning. A 2023 Mercedes GLE he paid $44 for is listed at $31. An AMG GT he bought at $58 is priced at $37 and still not moving. Every car on his lot is a bleeding wound. The German luxury depreciation curve has become so steep that buying a 2-year-old example saves a buyer 30 to 40% compared to new. That is fantastic for you if you are shopping. It is a death sentence if you are the dealer sitting in between. His lot manager, a guy who worked European luxury for 20 years, said he has never seen the wholesale to retail spread collapse this fast on German cars. He blames the manufacturers for flooding the market with lease returns while simultaneously raising new car prices to cover tariff costs. And honestly, I agree with him. When a company makes their new cars more expensive and their used cars less valuable at the same time, the only person making money is the auction house. Everything must go. 40+% below original sticker across the board. These are beautiful, low-mileage cars that just happen to be parked on a lot that cannot afford to keep them anymore. Number 2. A used car chain based out of Dallas that was once the 7th largest independent used car operation in America did not just close, it detonated. Over 60 locations across Texas, Arizona, California, and the Midwest went dark almost overnight. The company filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which is not a restructuring. Chapter 7 means the company is dead. Sell everything and divide what is left among the creditors. Court filings showed assets and liabilities each between $1 billion and $10 billion, with more than 25,000 creditors. Federal prosecutors later unsealed an indictment charging the company's founder with conspiring to defraud lenders of billions, including pledging the same vehicles as collateral to multiple banks simultaneously. JP Morgan Chase lost $170 million. Fifth Third Bank took a $200 million impairment. The CEO of the largest bank in America publicly said he believed fraud was clearly involved. And the people who got hurt the worst? Tens of thousands of subprime customers across 6 states who are now holding loan contracts on vehicles whose dealership no longer exists. Some had their cars repossessed despite being current on payments. These are people who had nowhere else to go, and the place they went to turned out to be a house of cards that fell on top of them. If that does not scare you about the used car market, nothing will. But this next one is not about fraud. It is not about corporate collapse. It is about one lot, one truck, and a price so low that when I first saw the listing, I thought it was a typo. Number 1. A used Chevrolet lot in the western suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, just got seized by its floor plan lender after 18 years in business. And sitting on that lot right now, behind a chain-link fence that a bank put up last month, is a 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD High Country Duramax diesel that's stickered at $83,490 brand new. The liquidation price listed by the court-appointed trustee is $18,000. That is not a misprint. That is a 78% discount on one of the most capable trucks General Motors has ever built. The story behind it explains how everything on this list connects. The owner of this lot had been buying and selling used Chevys since 2008. He did well through the recovery, did great through the pandemic when used truck prices went berserk, and then got crushed by the same forces that killed half the dealers on this countdown. He loaded up on high-dollar used Silverados and Tahoes in 2023 when the market was still elevated. He financed everything on a floor plan with rates that climbed from 4% to nearly 9% in 18 months. His average days to sale went from 32 to 78. Every truck was costing him $400 a month in interest just to sit there. By early 2026, he owed his lender $2.8 million against inventory the bank valued at $1.1 million. The bank filed a court order. The doors were padlocked on a Tuesday morning while 3 of his employees were already inside getting the lot ready to open. They had to leave through a side gate. His service manager had been there since the beginning. 18 years. He found out his job was gone when he saw the lock on the front door. The bank does not care about book value. The bank does not care about finding the right buyer. The bank wants to recover whatever it can as fast as it can and close the file. That is why an $83,000 truck is sitting at $18,000. That is why a loaded Tahoe RST on the same lot that would book at $45,000 is listed at $14,000. The trustee sale runs for 3 more weeks. After that, whatever does not sell goes to wholesale auction at even steeper losses. I am not telling you to rush out and buy a truck from a seized lot without doing your homework. Check the title, verify the lien release, get a pre-purchase inspection. But if you do the work, this might be the single best deal on a diesel truck that exists anywhere in America right now. And it only exists because a good dealer bought at the wrong time, borrowed at the wrong rate, and a bank decided his 18 years of business were worth less than the balance on a spreadsheet. Every single one of these 17 lots is a small business that somebody built with their own money and their own sweat. They are not bad operators. Most of them did exactly what the market told them to do: buy the inventory, finance the floor plan, serve the customer. And then the market moved, the rates climbed, the brands crumbled, and the banks showed up with padlocks. These closures are a disaster for the owners. They are a disaster for the employees. But for you, the buyer who knows where to look and what to check, they might be the best opportunity this market will offer for years. Just make sure you understand what killed the lot before you drive off it. Because the same forces that put that price tag on the windshield did not disappear when you signed the paperwork. Which of these 17 lots shocked you the most? Drop a comment and tell me which deal you would actually jump on. And smash that like button so more people find out what is really happening on these used car lots before the inventory is gone for good.